Welcome back to Little Silver Spoon Nursery. Today we're going to put together a little monkey sculpt, a monkey ear. Oh, she's an orangutan. I'm sorry. She's an orangutan. And this monkey she is the Binky Sculpt by Bountiful Baby. So let's show you Binky first. I have some stockings here to make the inner parts of her. So, things that you're going to need to reborn. Even though she is a painted and rooted and she has her eyes in, she doesn't have a magnet for her mouth yet, so I'll put a magnet in here. Although it looks like she could take a pacifier. Let's try that. I have a pacifier here. First, I'm going to get the box open. It's got tape on it. I couldn't see the tape. So here's a pacifier. Looks like she might. Yeah, she could take, nope, not this one. But if we modified this, if we cut this, about right there, I think, she would be able to take it. It's called modified. It's cut. They cut the tip off, and that fits right in her mouth. Oh, she looks cute. I'll throw that away. But I'm also I can make her a modified one, and then I'm also gonna make her one that's magnetized so she can have a magnetic pacifier too. And maybe a little banana toy. I've gotten them before, so I'm sure I can get them again. And these are her arms. They're all rooted and painted also. They're so cute. This one looks like it's pointing. It's soft. And now she's thinking. She or he. And there's the arm. The other arm. So she's now, the Binky's got 2 arms and 2 legs. They're all rooted already, but they're all matted, so they got to be coned out and cut so they look nice. And then we have rings and plugs. These you put like on her neck, and to plug her arms after you put the glass beads in and some cotton in her legs, and you put a little sack in her head so that it moves really nicely, and then you put a sack in her body that gives her weight too. We use glass beads for that. We have plugs and rings to use for that. Of course, every new baby needs a hospital band that tells their name and date of birth. And she's going to also need her body. This is her body. I got her a jointed body. The body that's supposed to go with her is not available right now, so I just chose this one. It's a cute body anyhow. She looks like she'll have a full belly and arms and movable legs, movable arms. This has got these. I might take out some of the strings. I might not, to tie on to make her. And of course you have to have some stocking material to make the bags for the body. And some strings in case we need a new string. We have this board here. I was thinking about making like a little stand to swing on. I'm not quite sure yet. And then we also have this unbelievably soft fiberfill. It's so soft. You gotta look at this. This is really, I got a whole box of it, so it's really soft. It's like a cloud. And this is what I fill her arms and legs and her body and her head with. So I'll start some of the video, and I might stop at some point, but we'll start with seeing what I want to do just to start. So here's her head, and if we combed it out some, this is going to take quite a bit of work, so I won't do all this on film. I'll get some pictures together and some video after I do. But look at this. This is already looking cute. And she's got quite a bit of hair, so we could even use some to make her some eyelashes. I think I'll root her some eyelashes if they look good. Him or her. Like I said, this could be a boy or a girl. It is by Bountiful Baby, the Binky Sculpt. Bountiful Baby. There's the imprint from the company. And so the first thing you would do is to put a ring on her neck. Now, you can't always get rings and plugs for every part, but as long as you can, I do. So let's see, the first ring I have would be, I think, no, I got this one for another baby. This one is her ring for her neck. And you're going to place it so that this smaller part goes up. The smaller part goes up because you want the larger part at the bottom so that it goes around this. You got to just squeeze a little bit to make this go on well. And sometimes I put this on after I fill her head, but right now it's okay, we're not going to. So there we have that. So you see the neck ring. This makes it so her head will move very easily on her body, and I like that in a doll. I like the head to move really well. Let's see. Next thing that we could do, we could put a magnet in her mouth. So here are magnets that I get at the store. These are super strong magnets. That's not the ones that I want. Hang on. I have to find the other. One moment. I'll grab the other magnets. I don't like those ones to use. Here I go. Here's the other magnets that I use. Yeah. So these are like this, and I think you usually get about 6 or 8 of them in there. I'm not sure. I put them all in one. It just makes it easier to get a hold of them. So we're going to take one magnet, and how I do this is I use another pacifier. I have to get another passy. That is our magnetized. And here's one here. This one's already been magnetized, so we'll just use that to place in her mouth. The magnet. I'm thinking we'll get it close to her tongue. Oh, look, she's even got in her mouth. You can see they sculpted the top of her roof of her mouth. That's really cool. And her tongue. It's really cool. I like that. Her roof of her mouth is sculpted all the way down to the back, so you can see the lines. Let's see. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll find out. Oops. Now you won't be able to see it. It's stuck to the bottom of her tongue, right under here on the inside. So that's where I'm going to place the magnet. So I have to put glue on it first. I'm going to use this glue. I'm going to get a paper towel because I know it's going to be sticky. This is Super Wild Extreme Glue. You can use different kinds. I just have this one available right now, so. You might get some on your fingers. You want to be really careful you don't get yourself stuck to it. I'm going to close this quite quickly too because it will leak out onto your table or work area. So now the trick is to not get your fingers stuck together and get this suck up into her mouth. So there's the glue on that and on her face. You don't want to touch her face if you got glue on your fingers. I think I got that up in there good. I can also check this with another magnet. no. Didn't do so good. I lost it. Hang on. So let's bring this into her mouth. I'm looking around to find the magnet. Where it may have got stuck. Okay, it is in her head. That's good. We can see that it is in her mouth because there's a magnet there. And it's drawing it to it. So we're going to draw it into her mouth a little bit more. So that we know the magnet is where it belongs, because this magnet's in her mouth and the magnet is under there. So we're just going to leave in there the magnet for now while we're working so that it will draw tight. And then later I will move it off there. Well, I could actually remove it now with a pair of scissors. So see, the magnet is on there. So we're going to put it right about there. That's a good spot, I think. So we're going to leave that in her mouth until it dries. And then we can work more for it. Now we want to put some weight into the arms. So we'll take this to put some weight in. I'll take one of these bags of beets. These come in 1 pound packages when you buy them from Bountiful Baby. Other places you might get the whole bag to open or what have you. Put the glue out of the way. Okay. You just cut the corn off so you can pour some out of the bag. And you're going to tap the arms so you can get them way down in as far as you can into the hands and fingers area. You'll notice that it puffs out a little. And in there you'll see the beads, but you won't be able, right now I won't be able to show you them. But they are down in there. And I like to get it just about where I can see it, where there's enough weight. I like to put a little bit more in there, I think. Yep, and that's pretty good to me. I'm going to put some stuffing in there. And you need like a stick of some kind to push the stuffing down in, because these holes are small. And some of the dowels, the holes are big enough you don't need a stick. Or sometimes you still do. Just to get the stuffing down in there where you want it to be. So that's down there. And now we have, now these are too small for a plug, must be, so I don't have a plug for them. But that's okay. So there's the stuffing in that arm. So that arm is all done. And it's got a good weight. So now we'll try another arm. So we'll put some glass beads down in here first. Now, this is another thing I run into. Sometimes I put too many glass beads in. So you want to be prepared to have a little dish to put your beads in when you overfill. So there, see, I put them in that little dish because I overfilled. And I'm going to dump some out because because I want to leave room for some of the fiber fill. And I want to put a little bit more in that I dumped out. Not too much. These fill up fast because they're small. And then it comes up to about here. And then I'm going to put fiber fill. The Angel Soft. And it looks like a lot, but once you start pushing it in there, it gets really small. You don't want to overfill, though, your holes either, because then it won't look right when you get done. So sometimes you might need a little bit less than you put in. This seems to be taking well. So there, she's filled up. There you go. And now we'll work towards her legs. And we'll put some glass beads in here. Remember, you want to squeeze the toes and stuff and get them, the glass beads down there as much as you can to give it weight, to give it a real feel. So let me look down in here. Now we can use a little bit more glass beads in there. And we're filled up again. About 3/4, I would say, about to here. With the glass beads, and then we'll put fiber fill in. And these, the legs are big enough that they take a plug, so we'll put a plug in. That just gives you some extra reassurance that nothing can fall out when somebody's playing with their doll. I put a little bit too much, so we'll take some out. And oh, that's right, we got to put a plug in here, so we're going to take a little bit more out. Not too much. Sometimes I take a little bit and put it into the plug too. Just to fill the plug as well. And then we're going to put the plug right into here. You push the plug in. And so that's filled. I used to glue these, but I don't think you really need to on this one because of the body design. They're going to be kind of sitting on another piece of plastic. So they don't really need to be filled. I mean, glued. They'll stay on. So let's do another leg. And we have another 20 plug. And we're going to put some more glass beads in this one. If you can hear good, you can actually hear the glass beads getting down into the legs. And this one we did pretty good the first shot. It's about 3/4 filled to there, which I like to see. And we'll put some more soft cloud material in. See, these legs are a little bit bigger, so my fingers can almost push the stuffing in. And then we'll put a little bit into the plug, as I did before. And there, that plugs in. So now we have 2 legs with the plugs. What's the next thing? I guess I should do a plug for her head. That's what it looks like. I have a plug, and I brought extra plugs, I guess. Didn't think they had extras, but we do. So we have her head, which is not that size. Let's Maybe if it's this one. And it's not that one either. So maybe these weren't for her legs. Which means I'm going to check. And that's 2. No, it does fit for her legs. I don't think they have the correct plug for her head, which is okay. We can still do without that too, because everything sits against everything else. So we don't have to have a plug for the head. It won't fit. No, definitely not. I don't think I have another plug anywhere else in the materials that I have sitting around. And I don't have any other plugs in there. And there. So we're going to do it without the head plug, which you don't always need anyhow. So what you do is first we need a stocking. Okay, so I have a stocking, and what you want to do is tie the end. Usually I have a little bit thicker material ones, but these will do fine. That's what I have for now. So, and you tie that, and then you cut it a little bit close to it, so you have a nice tie. And I like to turn it inside out, like this. And that stocking is not going to work. Maybe it will. I rolled it over and double tied it. Seems to have a little run in that stocking. Okay, so here we have a doubled stocking tied on both ends, made a little pouch, and this is what we're going to fill the head with. Now, you can put this in, or you can use it without putting it in. We're going to put quite a bit in here. We want about a pound probably. I like to get a little bit heavy because I like the head to tip back and forth. So there's that. And that's how much we have in there. Now, to get this one in here, we're going to not tie it yet because it won't go down in easily. And I am going to take the ring back off because I think it will make it easier to put the this down in. So we're going to put this down in. Oops, I lost some of the beads, but that's okay. No big deal. We'll just clean that up later. Anyhow, put this with this down in first and try to squish them up in. Use your finger so you don't poke holes into the stocking. Push this down in. And we're going all the way around. And just keep pushing the stocking in. And eventually the glass beads will just float down into it like that. Most of the glass beads have now floated down in. The head is heavy. And we're going to take this and make a tie off here. You take the stocking and tie it off like this. And that's pretty good. And then you can cut that and just let it go down into the head. Now, I always like to fill this. Some people do, some people don't. I like to hold the head like this because then when you go forward, the head goes back nicely once it's on the body. So we'll show you that. So I'm going to put fiber fill up into the head now, just to fill up any spaces. So it goes up into the mouth area, by the ears. I feel it pretty good. It gives her a little bit of, I guess, bulk and like body. Okay, so now we filled that up pretty well to about there. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. Since she doesn't have a plug, we can fill this right to there. Okay, that's good. Make sure we don't get her hair stuck up in there. Okay, and there, now her head is done. Hers or his, whatever we make the sound monkey out to be, or whatever the mommy might want if I don't decide to keep it. Okay, so now let's get these glass beads off our work area. Because they are glass. There. I'm going to get my bucket to wipe them off there. Now we've cleaned our work area a little, and we have monkey all done. We can move this because we can't use it no more. I'm just going to say monkey for my sake because I think she makes a cute little monkey. And there's her. These are her legs, and these are her arms. And she's so cute. Look at, she says, I'm ready to be born now. So now what we should do is do her body. So this is her body. You can either put the limbs on first or weight the body. I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the limbs on first on this body, and then we'll weight the body. This is a leg. I want to make sure I get the limbs right. So here's this first leg is going to go on this side because it is her right hand leg. If we were looking at it from our bodies, make sure you got the body right, that you have the back and the back and the front and the front, because her tummy is going to come out a little bit, and this is going to be her bottom. So this is a little bit different style than most people are used to, but if you just tighten it some with the strings, that works very well. And we're going to tighten it right around this, but you're going to want to put some fill in there, just a little, to give it a little bit of body, I guess we'll call it. So we put some in, and you'll have to keep pushing that in as you're working. You have to work at this. You want to tie that tight. You want to tie the strings. And what you want is for this to hit in the area right here. You want to be in the groove so that it goes right. If this doesn't seem to work well, we can use a tie, since I did get them. But let's see how good we can do without that. Oops. It might be just a little bit too much fiber fill there. Okay. So we're tying her strings, and that works very well. I seem to be able to move her well. I want to make sure her hair is all out, so we're going to take a comb, pull down any hair that may have got stuck up in there. And we want this to look really nice, so we're going to pull down around so it looks like a bonnet. It looks like we did a pretty good job here. So we're going to tighten this really tight. I mean, you got to pull really tight. Later, I might decide to use the plastic ties, but right now this works pretty good. So that we got that tight. I got that really tight, and we're going to snip it. As you can see where I got the tie, and I knotted it. And we're going to snip it down just so there's a little bit that we can push into the area, which I'm going to do. That goes down in there. I'm going to do that later off camera. And gives you a nice amount of room to be able to play, to move her legs if you need to. Now we'll do another leg. We'll see how this looks. So as I said before, it comes flat and you need to pull the strings around. So you're making like a bonnet effect. And then on the other side I did this. I tied it already. So let's do that. And that tightens it. And then we'll put a little bit more fiber fill on this side. We don't want much. As we see on the other side, we don't need a lot. Okay. And we're going to put her leg in. Like that. This is so cute. Okay. Her legs in. And we're going to tie it. Make sure you're in the groove before you tie really tight and double tie. You want to make sure you're in the groove and that you're not getting too much of her hair in there. And then tie that again pretty tight. Okay. And then double tie. And we're going to do the snip. So she has both legs on and we have snipped. Worst comes to worst, you can always take this off and restring it and do it again. So we have extra strings and I'll keep them just in case we need them. So there her body is with the legs on. That's cute. Okay, so now we're going to move forward and put her arms on. Do I want to do the arms yet? Yeah. Okay. So now she has 3/4 arms or full. You can do this either way. You could do it here, but I'm going to do it here. Then she has more flexibility to move her arms around, which I like. So same kind of deal here, but you have more room, so you're going to have to put some fiber fill in here for sure. Just make sure you don't make it too much, but make it enough to make her realistic. It seems like an awful lot, but it's really not that once you squish it down into the socket. I need more. You can kind of get a feel of how much you may want in there by doing this. I think I want a little bit more because I don't want her to get be too soft. Okay. That's good padding. You get to the point that it wants to just pop back out. You're about done putting fiber fill in. So we've got a good amount in there. And we're going to tie her off on this side. Let's get her arm. Remember, stay in the groove. Did we already tie this? No, we didn't. So I'm going to make a tie. Makes it easier to try to tighten it. And we pulled it as tight as we could. Make sure hair is out. We want to have all the hair we can because she's cute with it. And then we'll tie once more. And we'll cut the ties. And we'll put them over there. And she still can be moved that way and that way, so that's a good thing. We want her to be able to be moved. So now we're going to do another arm. So remember, we're going to tie this a little already. Okay. And now we're going to fill that. Her arm, shoulder, or whatever you want to call it. Arm, shoulder, socket. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. I'm going to tie this a little bit tighter, and then we're going to try to put her arm in. Oh, no, I tied it too tight, so we have to pull it apart. That's why you don't want to double tie till you're all ready, just to be sure. Okay, now we're going to tighten it. Okay. Tighten that down, and then we're going to tighten again. Nice puffy. And I think I did the double tie, but I'm going to try once more just because I can't remember. So we tied that one, and we're going to cut, and I'll put those in later, as I said. Okay. So there we have a body with all 4 limbs, her arms and her legs. And now we're going to fill the body up. So we're going to put some fiber fill in first in the bottom end. And then we're going to put some glass beads for her belly. But we need to fill her bottom up some first before we... Okay. That's pretty good. Well, I'll leave there. She's about 2/3 filled up with filling. I might have to move that around a little when I put the sack in. Let's see, I do that. Okay. Now put the sack in. We need another stocking. So we have another stocking that we're going to fill up. This one I'm just going to tie in the middle, like this. And then I'm going to take this and turn it right inside out and come right up around that one, like that. And so we have that. Now I'm going to fill this up with some beads. There's another pack of beads. Here's our glass beads. And we're going to put that in there. I'm going to cut this. You want to make sure the beads aren't up near where you're going to cut, because you don't want them to ruin your scissors, because they are glass. They can ruin your scissors. And I'm kind of probably put a whole pound. I'll tell once I do it. I'll put the whole pound in it. In her belly. It might need more. I'm not quite sure yet. I get the feel as I go. Yeah, she's going to be beautiful. So we used the whole pound in there. And that filled up nicely. It makes a nice bunch. Okay, so then we're going to tie that off. And we want belly firm, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. You don't want it too tight because you want it to come up through her body and make like a body, like this. Okay, and then we're gonna cut that off where we filled it to. So we have like a belly sack. And we might put one more piece of stocking over that, I'm thinking. I like the belly to be nice and firm, so I usually have a lot thicker stocking. So this way we're just going to put another piece of stocking over that to make it even firmer. And of course we'll have to tie that. And we'll tie this one. It gives her a nice belly. And so there, we're going to stick this belly down into her body. This will give her weight, so she's not so floppy. So we're going to open that up, remember, right into the middle of all that angel fluff, and put the body down in there. You want to have it like right about in there, so it ends up right there. Okay, so we're going to put some more fill in until her body's filled right up, so that doesn't move. As you can see, it takes quite a bit to fill this body. Her body's a little bit bigger than her regular body would have been, but that's okay. Be a nice, cute size for a monkey. I'm going to fill her bottom so that it sticks out. That's nice and firm. Okay. We're getting there. Nice and fluffy. So we can give this body a head. Okay. This is looking very nice. So we're going to tie this up some because her head's going to go in next. And I like to give her a heart. I do have a couple of hearts here, I believe. Yep. Went to Build-A-Bear the other day and I got some hearts. So here's the heart. To give her a heart, she needs a heart. Yes, she does. So let's see. Are we about done filling? Nice body there. A little bit more fill. Because I don't want her heart to move around. I like to be in the right spot. And it's a nice to have a little bit more down the bottom there. That's nice. Okay. I think she's pretty firm up there. And she could sit, so we can see if she can sit, which is nice. A lot of people like that. Well, she's got a good feel to her. A nice weight. And tighten that a little bit. We can still see the sack toward the top. We want that toward the top. And I can feel the plastic over here, so I'm going to put a little bit more of this in. And we're going to put her heart in finally. So put her heart down into her chest area. There's her heart. Okay. Now we're going to put her head on. Let's see. I think that's probably dry now, but we'll still leave that on a little bit. It's going to take a lot of tie down to get this head on. I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm going to give her a belly button right there. Okay. And so let's put her head on. We need to get this much smaller. Okay. Almost tied all the way down, see? Before I'm going to put the head in, because her head's... Oh, we got to put the neck ring back on. Where did it go? Mm-hmm. There it is. It's hiding over there. No fear. I got it figured out. Oh, okay. I'm going to put a neck ring back on. Remember I said this shorter part goes up toward the top of her head. And then you just got to squeeze a little, put this in. Takes a little bit of work. Sometimes you twist her head to get it in. It's on there good. So there we got a nice neck ring so our head turns and rotates. I'm going to stick that down in to her body. Okay. She's about ready to be born. Yeah, so her head rotates really well. I gotta get this tighter. Much tighter. And then we're gonna double tie it. And cut the string. And we'll put all the strings in at the end after the video is done. So yeah, there is our Binky. And she's cute. Beautiful Reborn monkey. Her legs move nicely. Her arms move nicely. She's like, hello, hello. I can do splits. I can jump upside down. And take this magnet out now. Yeah, she's just like, she's so cute and fun. So there's Binky. She has been born. If I put her up for sale, I'll let you know in the video's description where to look. But for now, we're just going to finish doing a few other things on her, and I'll put pictures up on my Little Silver Spoon Nursery page on Facebook. And thank you for watching. We'll be back again soon. And thank you for coming to the Little Silver Spoon Nursery. Bye-bye.